Coming up on 5 Minute News. Canadian police say Muslim family targeted by deadly attack. US recovers most of ransom paid after pipeline hack. And carbon dioxide levels hit 50% higher than pre-industrial time. It's Tuesday, June 8. I'm Anthony Davis. A driver ploughed a pickup truck into a family of 5, killing 4 of them and seriously injuring the other in an attack that targeted the victims because they were Muslims, Canadian police said on Monday. Authorities said a young man was arrested in the parking lot of a nearby mall after the incident on Sunday night in the Ontario city of London. Police said a black pickup truck mounted a curb and struck the victims at an intersection. This was an act of mass murder perpetuated against Muslims, London Mayor Ed Holder said. It was rooted in unspeakable hatred. Police said the dead were a 74-year-old woman, a 46-year-old man, a 44-year-old woman and a 15-year-old girl. A 9-year-old boy was reported in a serious condition. The family requested the names not be released, officials said. In one act of murder, an individual has wiped out 3 generations of family. It's horrific, Holder said. 20-year-old Nathaniel Veltman was in custody facing 4 counts of first-degree murder. Police said that Veltman, a resident of the area, did not know the victims. Detective Superintendent Paul Waite said Veltman was wearing a vest that appeared to be like body armor. Waite said police did not know at this point if the suspect was a member of any specific hate group. He said police are working with prosecutors to see about potential terrorism charges. He declined to detail evidence pointing to a possible hate crime, but said the attack was planned. Canada is generally welcoming toward immigrants and all religions, but in 2017, a French-Canadian man known for far-right nationalist views went on a shooting rampage at a Quebec City mosque that killed 6 people. The National Council of Canadian Muslims said it was beyond horrified, saying Muslims in Canada have become all too familiar with the violence of Islamophobia. The US Justice Department has recovered most of a multi-million-dollar ransom payment made to hackers after a cyber attack that caused the operator of the nation's largest fuel pipeline to halt its operations last month. The operation to recover the cryptocurrency from the Russia-based hacker group is the first undertaken by a specialized ransomware task force created by the Biden administration Justice Department and reflects a rare victory as U.S. officials scramble to confront a rapidly accelerating ransomware threat that has targeted critical industries around the world. Georgia-based Colonial Pipeline, which supplies roughly half the fuel consumed on the East Coast, temporarily shut down its operations on May 7 after a gang of cybercriminals using the DarkSide ransomware variant broke into its computer system. The ransomware variant used by DarkSide, which has been the subject of an FBI investigation for the last year, is one of more than 100 that law enforcement officials have identified, said the FBI deputy director. Colonial officials have said they took their pipeline system offline before the attack could spread to its operating systems and decided soon after to pay ransom of 75 Bitcoin, then valued at roughly $4.4 million. The company's president and chief executive, Joseph Blount, is said to testify before congressional panels this week. In a statement, Blount said he was grateful for the FBI's efforts and said holding hackers accountable and disrupting their activities is the best way to deter and defend against future attacks of this nature. The annual peak of global heat trapping carbon dioxide in the air has reached another dangerous milestone, 50% higher than when the industrial age began. And the average rate of increase is faster than ever, scientists reported on Monday. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said the average carbon dioxide level for May was 419.13 parts per million. That's 1.82 parts per million higher than May 2020. Carbon dioxide levels peak every May just before plant life in the Northern Hemisphere blossoms, sucking some of that carbon out of the atmosphere and into flowers, leaves, seeds, and stems. The reprieve is temporary, though, because emissions of carbon dioxide from burning coal, oil, and natural gas for transportation and electricity far exceeds what plants can take in, pushing greenhouse gas levels to new records every year. Climate change does more than increase temperatures. It makes extreme weather, storms, wildfires, floods, and droughts worse and more frequent, and causes oceans to rise and get more acidic. Carbon dioxide can stay in the air for 1,000 years or more, so year-to-year changes in emissions, such as the reduction caused by the pandemic, hardly register. You can subscribe to 5 Minute News on YouTube with your preferred podcast app. Ask your smart speaker or enable 5 Minute News as your Amazon Alexa flash briefing skill. Subscribe, rate and review online at 5minute.news. 5 Minute News is an Evergreen Podcast covering politics, inequality, health and climate, delivering independent, unbiased and essential world news daily.